What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Seth, and we are back again some more Trove. Today we're going to be talking about the mastery rewards from 300 mastery and up. Now, granted, this is the test server. This update is going to be coming out November 14th, I mean, of this year. Now, I want to stress enough that this is the test server, so a lot of these new items are actually bugged and don't end up working. So, you know, we might not get to see every single item up from Mastery 300 to 600, but it does mean that when the update ends up actually going onto the live server, I'm probably going to have another video that's going to show off every single thing. So you can wait till then and click away from this video if you want, but otherwise, if you want to see a little sneak peek of everything that's coming, you can check it out right now. So the way that Mastery is going to work from Mastery 300 and up is that it's going to end up scaling based on the amount of mastery that you have. So it's going to get more and more of an increase of the amount of mastery points that you're going to need in order to get a mastery level. Normally, it costs 100 mastery points in order to get one level. Now, I'm sitting up here at mastery level 514 and have to take 258 for my next mastery level. I know, it's crazy. So also the way that mastery is going to work for starting players is you're going to be at 0 to 50. You're going to be able to see all of these, all these different tabs right here. But mastery 51 to 100 is going to be locked to you until you end up getting to mastery 51. Then you're going to be able to see from that point onwards. So that's where for mastery 301 and up, and since I'm over mastery 500, we can look at this, but we're not going to be able to see 601 and up. And honestly speaking, I don't think that there's mastery rewards for 601 and up to 1,000. Because of the simple fact that I checked the collections tab and there's actually there's no extra mastery items and stuff like that outside of the ones that we get granted for mastery 600, which even when this update ends up hitting, the maximum amount of mastery that you're going to be able to attain is maybe roughly like 535 mastery, maybe 540, maybe. But we'll see what happens. So anyways, without further ado, from 300 and up, you're going to first of all get the Masterful Castle Wall, which is going to be a framework that's going to end up being not that one. Where is it? It just looks similarly to these walls. You can check out, I'm going to have a framework video that's going to talk about the frameworks, and it's going to show it off a little bit better. So either way, it's just going to be a pre-build that you can end up throwing down on the ground. And then you're going to get 5 Radiant Sovereigns. This is going to be every 10 levels, by the way. It's too bad they don't show a little indicator right here. So this is going to be for Mastery 310, and then this will be 320, right? I think, because if we go over here, yeah, so 510 would have been this reward, and then 520 is the next one. It's too bad it doesn't continuously show at all. So then there's going to be a Blue Gem Dust Journal, which of course is going to end up being a legendary tome. There's going to be all sorts of new legendary tomes down here that you get from Mastery. There's going to be blue, yellow, and red gem dust, and each of these you're going to have to complete 25 dungeons each week, and then you're going to be able to get 5,000 of the respective gem dust, right? So then there's going to also be the where is it? I gotta go to the right tab. Princelli Frog Ally. So he's going to, if I could ever equip him, that's what he looks like. He's going to give you 10 jump and 8 movement speed. So he's kind of cute, you know, a little frog prince type of thing. Then we got the Master Music Cart. Music Cart, which honestly speaking, this again, it feels like this is because it's the test server, but it doesn't seem to have any video effects from the lights in the back, and it doesn't seem to have any video effects on the dance floor, although the disco ball hanging up in the sky on top of us does have video effects. I do find it very strange. Sorry about my dog in the background, but I gotta record this. It is kind of strange that they don't seem to have video effects. It could just be because we're on the test server, and maybe it's gonna change when it goes to live. So then we also got the Llama Maste. Llama Stay? Yeah, I guess that's the point. It's like a super pun. That's actually really cringe, but I love it. This guy's actually going to be quite adorable for a llama. I really like him because it's like a transcended llama. He's kind of going to be like a masterful character, and he's just going to be same old llama as any artist, but he's got some nice video effects of his foot he prints and stuff like that, and the fact that he's a llama is absolutely adorable. Then we've also got the Stone Caesarean Mask, which Caesarean. See, these are the things that don't actually work right now on the test server, so we don't get to actually see what the mask looks like. It's just a mask, so it probably looks terrible. Who cares? But then there's also going to be a helmet right here. We're just going to skip over that because there is going to be a stellar hat style, which you can see on my Shadow Hunter right here. Very cool stellar hat style. Looks absolutely beautiful. Makes you feel very powerful. I love it. And then there's going to end up being the Blessing of Lucille Wings, which... let me take a Blessing of Lucille Wings. They look really, really cool in the picture, but then the wings themselves are very, very lazily put together, unfortunately. They are just gold versions of the light Pegasus wings, and oddly enough, they seem to clip into your character very incorrectly as well. Like, I really would like to see these get an overhaul to actually looking good instead of just being like, it just kind of feels like a very lackluster reward, because by the time you would end up having this amount of mastery, you would probably already have the light Pegasus wings, and those work with a lot more costumes than the gold ones. But that's just me. That's my own 2 cents towards it. You know, it's still cool that they're in the game, but I think just based on the picture, they should be a lot more epic. Like, you're sitting here going, what are these? And then it's just peg wings. So then for 401 and up, we're going to get the Masterful Castle Gate, which you've seen around us 2 seconds ago. 10 more Radiant Sovereigns, the Yellow Gem Dust Tome, and then the Deluxe Darter Cart, which is going to be a Mag Rider, which... who cares? Like, I don't know why they're even putting Mag Riders in the Mastery thing. Nobody really even uses these things anymore, but whatever, you know, that's okay. They gotta try and figure out more Mastery rewards, which is perfectly fine, but as we're starting to get to the higher tiers, that's where it starts feeling more and more like it's like, really? You know, it would be quite difficult to end up getting to 410, 20, 30, 440 mastery, right? So 450, you're going to get 20 Radiant Sovereigns. 460, you're going to get the Golden Glitter Bug. Now, this is more what I'm talking about, because this guy is actually the best ally in the game. He's the bug that you see floating around us right now. He's going to give 60% to magic and physical damage, and then 1 superstition, just because why not? Just because it's a funny stat. Either way, very, very cool. Then we've also got the Royal Reeler, because for some weird reason, the devs thought it would be a good idea to add a second fishing rod to mastery. Like, seriously, I don't like... I mean, maybe it's just me, because I personally don't really like the fishing. But I also think that it's really weird, like, at least if the fishing rod had, like, some video effects or felt cool in any way, shape, or form. But that's it. It doesn't even, like, go with this costume or anything, or feel cool in any way. The other fishing rod that you get from Mastery, in fact, feels, like, cooler than this, you know? So... let's just ignore that and pretend that it never happened. But if we scroll down a little more, we get more Radiant Sovereigns, and then we get one of the most useful tomes in the entire game. I don't know if this is like if the devs made a mistake with this or not, but accumulate experience, so you complete 25 dungeons and you get 100 fishing lures, which is around the equivalent of spending like 900 glim in the hub. Like, that's not worth it at all. I really don't understand it. Like, at least if it was 1,000 fishing lures, then it would be like, okay, then I don't have to waste my glim. But 100 just feels very, very strange to me. And then we're going to also have the, what is it, Kazarin? So let's take a peek at him. He's going to be another mount that kind of feels a little bit lazy. People are saying that they really enjoy this. I myself personally just feel that, again, it's just like, it's all one color on the front of it is what I don't like. But it's like a Radiant Pegasus. So cool in that maybe you're at this mount of mastery and you don't have the light Pegasus, or at least don't have the dark Pegasus, because RNG sucks. But you know, it just kind of like, I guess at least it goes really well with the Shadow Hunter costume and other Radiant costumes, at least, you know, but again, it just kind of feels like it's like, really, you know, but again, that's just me. It's okay, though. It's perfectly fine. So for 501 to 600, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. But unfortunately, we're not going to get to see all of these because I don't have enough mastery to go to all of them. And it's the test server, so I'm not like working on my mastery or anything. But there's the Castle Tower framework, which we saw over at the beginning over there. Then there's going to be 10 Radiant Sovereigns again for 520, which seems a little bit steep. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but that's still just like a couple gold chaos chests. Who cares? And then there's going to be the Red Gem Dust Journal. So that's where, when this update comes onto the live server November 14th, I think that the maximum amount of mastery is either going to be like 535 or maybe just barely 540, so you can get the Mantle of Mastery, which is, of course, is going to end up being another stellar aura. And then this is where things get really interesting, but unfortunately 550 mastery is impossible to get when this update goes live. We're going to have to wait for more content to be added to the game in order to actually get more mastery to get this thing. But the Mega Excavator, this thing sounds so so cool because it's going to be a dreadnought mount, which that's what I'm talking about. That is worth it for mastery. But then also, just because it's called the Mega Excavator, right? And then also in the last day of the Arcanium Revolution, entire mountains were being leveled in mere days in search of precious ores. So I'm assuming that this is going to be very similar to the Dreadnought mount, but also have the bulldozer functionality. So maybe it's like, the Dreadnought mount's body size, but with the bulldozer's destructive capability. So it might even be the best mount in the game for destroying the environment, right? Sounds awesome. I can't wait to get it. At 560, you lazily are going to get a sail. Who cares? 570, for some reason, this rat is at a higher quality than the Mega Excavator. I don't know why. Maybe it's got something really, really cool going for it. Lots of VFX, or maybe it's like Gonda or something. I don't know. 10 Radiant Sovereigns, a boat, and then we got Hurricane, the Immortal Flame. Now, there's one of two options here for Mastery 600 with Hurricane. I know that it's a gliding mount, but we don't know whether or not this is going to end up being a dragon. I don't think it's a dragon, because if it was a dragon, it would be in the dragon tab, I would assume. I think that this is going to end up being a griffin, but I'm not exactly sure on that. Still, it sounds really, really cool. 1,000 times extinguish, 1,000 times reborn, which tells me that it's some type of a bird, because that's reference to the phoenix and stuff. But Hurricane kind of reminds me of Hurricane, and the Immortal Flame, which means that it's going to be fire themed. I would normally assume this would be the Phoenix Dragon, but that in this update is going to end up coming out of the new biome. So I honestly don't know what this is going to be. But again, it's going to be months before we end up being able to even get to Mastery 600 in the first place. And then just because of the fact that we can't go up to 600, I naturally am assuming that 601 and up don't have any mastery rewards. Like, if you could cheat yourself to 601, you wouldn't see anything in this tab. Just because of the fact that if we actually go to the Mounts Mastery tab down here, where is it? Where's the Mastery tab? There we go. So you can see that we've got the Excavator, the rat, and that weird griffin / dragon mount, and then nothing else. And now, granted, it could be that maybe in 601 and up, you don't actually get a mount, but there would be something else that we would see in one of the Mastery tabs, where it would be like, oh, there's something new. But there isn't. So it tells me that they don't even have anything set up for 601 yet, and they're gonna plan those things in the future, which I think that's actually a great way of doing things, because it means that if they end up coming up with a new mechanic or some type of new gameplay element, some type of crazy new item, they could throw it in the mastery up here. But man alive, like, getting up to mastery 1000 is insane because of the way that it scales. People have calculated, Stratos ended up calculating it's something like you need 25,000 mastery points or something, or, well, I guess it would be 250,000 mastery points, right? So you gotta essentially be mastery rank 25,000 in order to end up actually getting just to 1,000 or something similar to that. That's just a guesstimated number, just kind of based off of the calculated of all this junk, right? But in either case, that's pretty much it, everybody. I just wanted to give you a quick little preview of all this junk. Like I said, when this update ends up coming out on the live server, maybe then I'll end up doing an updated video of this. But at the same time, do we really need an updated video just to show off a face and hat style? I don't know, we'll see if they're that cool that it's worth actually checking it out. But Mastery may have changed a little bit once this ends up going live, but I don't think so. Thanks for watching, though, folks. Very much appreciated. Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll probably end up putting an updated Mastery video whenever I end up getting all the way up to Mastery 600 and stuff. Or maybe as I get each of these items, I'll just end up doing individual videos on them so that you could just see the Mega Excavator rather than all of it at once. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? We'll deal with that when we get there. Thanks for watching. Very much appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Links will be in the description for everything about this game, and also to my merch store, which if you like, share to Facebook and subscribe, you can build loyalty points towards that, so you can end up spending it on a couple discounts and buy yourself a couple shirts. Sign word, stay epic, everybody.